Welcome back on this part 2 of this video tutorial. We've seen the first part, which was part 1 tedious, part 2 PANDAS profiling. We will go through Sweetviz. So Sweetviz, I show you, that's this part. We're still using Streamlit. This is the library you're going to use. So this one I don't need anymore because it was the video first. And this was a source of inspiration, and we're going to use the toy dataset. But I have made, let's say, an effort. So I'm here, and I'm going to go in this, this one. And I think, so you have a lot of, you have all these report that I've made, okay? They are all, sorry, they are all they are all right here. But we're gonna make new profiling, okay? So what we're gonna launch, I think I'm gonna launch this one and see what is exactly doing. So let's take, I close this one, I'll close that. So that was Sweetviz. I take this one, okay? So what should I see? So every time I made a config things, and I've made a lot of variable because I wanted to explain. I wanted to have a kind of explanation contextual with the stuff, and it's not working. You see, because it's missing Sweetviz. So how do I install it? I do that. You see. That's a good point, not having in this, I forget to install it, so I'm going to install it right here, okay, and then it should work, except if it's missing a new one. So you see, I even create my environment, but it was missing one of the elements, and right here. Okay, so you have different, that's the data set that you have here. That was Boston, wine, and I think the last one was wine, diabetes. You see, yeah, this one, Boston, diabetes. So you can think about. So I give some explanation about, let's take wine. You see the explanation, I've given some explanation, and then you can show the data frame. He's doing the things for you. And then I think I've already generated it. So I'm going to regenerate the report. You see, and it's working, and you see the output right here. So I've selected wine, so that should be the new one. So wine, he has Sweetviz wine report, and if I look, last modification, that this one, okay? So he has generated quickly all the association, he has generated everything that I need to know about the different columns of the data set, okay? And I have all explanation, given explanation about what it is, but you have to read the article because I'm not going to go through all this explanation. But it's true that this is the association, you see the empty diagonal right here, and there's relation between, that's a correlation, okay, basically that's correlation. So the 9 was releasing, was exploring the stuff. I think I made another file where you can have, I'm going to close this one, and I'm going to go through the 10 at this one, okay? So let's do it properly. I'm going to there. This time I have Sweetviz installed, so you won't tell me that it's not working. And then I launch it. So this one is full of explanation, you can see. And then I have given explanation for each step that you have. You see, because most of the time you can't, I mean, I'm not a data scientist, so I always forget what you're exactly doing. You see, you have explanation. You can see, so that's a different case that was present in this article, and I've made, for instance, you can use different, you can compare the two, you see. So it does not generate, this time it will generate again, it will generate the, so every time you're clicking, it gives you the explanation and it's a comparison and it's generating the report, okay? So for instance, I see that was to compare the two data sets between, I think that's progression, so that's diabetes, and it's 20/80. The train state is 80, and you have 20, okay? And then it's generated here. You see example, and you have the same report, okay? And then you can have, well, you can read the article about the explanation, but then that means that if you have a bunch of CSV files, you can go through, okay, on Boston, where was that? Example 7. Let's see, example 7. No, sorry. Yeah, example 7. It's sometimes useful to understand more deeply the data set, especially it's comparing categorical variable. You just compare it. You compare, I think it's for in Boston, you compare the pricing against the child rivers, which means if it's bound to the river or not, okay? You see, it doesn't bounce to river if the price has a correlation between the two. And you see it's generating automatically the stuff. Okay? So I don't insist on any concept. I'm just insisting of how to use, by the way, there's a lot of, what did it say? Special case you can fetch the data set, whatever. Well, as far as working, I don't know. Whoa. Oh, it has changed something. Anyway. Anyway, so that was this part. That was the video about part 3 about Sweetviz. I strongly invite you to read the article and also the source of my inspiration if you want to understand the concept. But the idea was to make a quick way to organize and to create your own EDA using leveraging on Streamlit and on Sweetviz. Okay. And I see you in a minute for the last part would be the class, the EDA we made with a class. Also, it's an EDA found on the internet from this girl from Brazil. And then few other sources just to show you that come from books, what I've read about data visualization and especially with Streamlit. Okay, see you in a minute then. Bye-bye.